This is Harlem on Prime, so I'm going to be reviewing episode 5 and 6. Okay, y'all know me. I'm going to jump all around. If y'all watch the show, if y'all watch these episodes, then y'all going to know exactly what I'm talking about, y'all. Go back and watch my old reviews if y'all want to know the gist of Prime, if you have not seen it at all. But it's basically a show about 4 black females in their 30s in Harlem, New York, and they are just trying to navigate life, love, and career. It's so good. It really is. Okay. So basically, let me see. So episode 5, it was all about pride. And let me see. Do I want to start with... I think the best thing to do with these is to divide each up. See, what I do, I know y'all probably can't see, but see, what I do is I list the ladies, Camille, Angie, Ty, and Quinn, and I list them all and their issues. And so I'm just going to do it, do it lady by lady instead of mixing and meshing. I'll mix and mesh some. I'm just going to do it lady by lady. That's the way that I can understand it in my mind and the best way to do this review. So therefore, it just won't be 2 hours long. My phone can't even hold that. But yeah, so anyway. Okay, so we have Camille, child. Jameson, he comes to see Camille. Y'all remember Jameson, she was with Jameson, then Camille broke up Ian and his fiance, and then went back to Ian. So, Jameson, he comes up to her and was like, hey, I've been looking for you. This was after Camille had just started one of her classes. And just wrapped up one of her classes. And he goes up to her and says that we've been approved for a $25,000 grant. Yeah, I put your name and my name down for a grant. And she was just like, well, why did you tell me? I didn't, what's going on? That's my career. And he was like, look, I know you was trying to impress Dr. Pruitt and stuff, a.k.a. Whoopi Goldberg and everything. And I thought that, I just wanted to put your name down and do some stuff and, trying to help you out, G. And she was just like, okay. So anyway, he was like, they are going to get together and do a presentation on black moms in society. And at first, Camille, she declined it because she didn't want to disrespect Ian. At the end of the day, this is a good opportunity for her career-wise. However, Jameson is her ex. And so, we don't want no mess and no drama with that, right? So at first she declined it, and she was just like, bye, Jameson, and I'll talk to you later, whatever. So then Camille is out with the girls, minus, I think, Angie. And she's just like, yo, hey, y'all, what's going on, da-da-da-da. Then Dr. Pruitt ended up calling her, telling her to come over straight to the house. So then she gets over to Dr. Pruitt's house, and Dr. Pruitt had been scammed, child. The girl that she hired to do Camille's job, apparently she was faking like she was, black and from Belize, but she was actually white from Ohio. And basically, she done put all kind of credit cards and everything in Dr. Pruitt's name, child. So Dr. Pruitt on the phone trying to get all this stuff together. She's just really stressed out and a mess. Also, Dr. Pruitt, she has to meet with the board team and stuff. And she's scared, because she don't want to look crazy in front of the board that she hired this person who turned out to be a scammer. So Camille, she decided to go ahead and just take the blame for the whole thing so that Dr. Pruitt can keep her job and look good, even though Dr. Pruitt is kicking her out and everything. And so she was just like, well, look, since I'm already out the door, I'll just take the blame, which is super nice. And I think that made Camille more valuable to Dr. Pruitt. But we'll see. Dr. Pruitt is pretty much a hard ass. So, we'll see what's going on with that. Poor Quinn, right? Poor Quinn. Every time I see Quinn, I get emotional. Being a person that kind of battles, being down and stuff, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm depressed. But I do have moments when I'm super critical and super down on myself and feeling like I'm not going nowhere with my life. And that's, multiple reasons why I feel that way. But I can kind of relate to how Quinn is feeling. And Quinn, she's not fully told them yet about the whole Vogue interview and everything and how that went. And she just kind of don't know where to go in her life. And she just really needs her friends right now. But she hasn't told them yet what's really going on with her. So Quinn, she decides to go to Pride. And she decided to take Ty with her. Ty didn't want to go until Quinn explained, no, I really need you right now. They went to Pride. And you know, we have Pride, which is Pride for everybody, but it's mostly geared towards white people. And then we have Black Pride, which is, you know, geared towards us. And Ty, she wanted to have her own little Pride session later on. There was a little bit more melanin, what's the word? Infused. The girls was there. The girls was in there. So, you know, they went there, and Quinn ended up seeing her mama and stuff, which was hilarious. And her mom was there, stunts and shows, but she was there with Isabella. Y'all know Isabella. She's trying to be president, and her mom is helping her with her campaign. And, you know, Quinn's mom shows so much love to everybody except for her own daughter and stuff. And so, yes, but it's just a whole thing. Quinn really needs her friends right now, but they're not really there for her, like I said, because everybody's going through their own stuff. Let me see. Let's go back. Let's leave Ty to the end, and we'll go to Angie. What's going on with Angie? You know, Angie is getting ready to move out of Quinn's place because Eric, which is her get out partner, and also who they end up messing around or whatever. He's super cute. And I love the fact that they have a bisexual man on this show and showing that it's okay for a person to be bisexual, especially a man. Oftentimes, women are able to bounce back and forth and be considered bisexual, call themselves bisexual and stuff. And it's just, it's okay. It's not an issue that she may be with men and women, or even if she's considered herself straight. If she's been with a couple of women, then it's fine. She could still be straight, and it's acceptable, and it's okay. But not with men. If men are not sure about, you know, their sexual preference, or if they have, let's say they're straight, they consider themselves straight, but let's say they've slept with a man or two in the past, realize it wasn't for them, and now they're straight, you know, be with strictly women. As soon as people find out about that, he's gay for the rest of his life. It's just like, no, that's not the case. People are allowed, let men and women be allowed to experiment to figure out who they are and what they like. You know, but that's just one of the double standards of the world, darling. What are we going to do, darling? So I love that. Anyway, she's over there. Eric, he has a job somewhere, so he wants Angie to house sit his house and take care of his little cat child. And so Angie, and she also has this job with Hallmark, so she's making a little money. So Angie's moving out of Quinn's place. She wants to get her own place. Angie and Quinn is kind of at odds right now because Quinn really needs Angie, but Angie don't know about what's going on with Quinn, you know, in her mental state right now. So Quinn and Angie gets into a little argument and stuff. And also Angie, she's super pressed over this dude Mike. Remember, Mike is the guy that Quinn's mom tried to set her up with. But Quinn just wasn't feeling it. She's not in the headspace because she still is upset over Isabella breaking up with her. And so Michael ends up meeting Angie at Quinn's parents' anniversary. And then there you go. But like I said, Angie don't know about Michael yet, that Quinn's mom tried to set Michael up with her. So that's going to be a whole thing, child, when that's found out. And that's going to, you know, even though Quinn kind of refused him and don't really want to be with him or nothing like that, the fact that how it was arranged at first is going to be an issue. And child, Angie and Quinn going to get into it, child. Even though they shouldn't, but it's just, Quinn going to be like, oh, well, girl, I could have had him first. You know, it's gonna be one of those. Um, One thing I found I absolutely love was the fact that we saw Countess Vaughn. I'm loving. I hope the show continues for seasons after seasons. I love that we are seeing our like legends coming in. Countess Vaughn is a legend, from Star Search to 227 to Moesha to the Parkers to later on Hollywood Divas Child on TV1. Countess Vaughn is a legend in her own right, and I'm just so glad that she is back out there and working and stuff. I know she's had health issues and all that kind of stuff, and you know she's had kids and stuff where she had to take off and everything. You know, rightfully so, of course, and so I'm just glad to see Countess Vaughn back on my screen in some kind of way. So, shouts out to whoever decided to put Kim Parker back on TV. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay, so let me see. Michael came to the set of Angie's Hallmark film and wanted her to he wanted her to come to his birthday party. Angie ended up not coming. There was a scene where Angie was in the mirror and it was an issue with her hair. The white girl, the hairdresser on the set, she did not want to do Angie's hair, or she just didn't know what to do with Angie's hair. Angie wanted her hair done, and the girl walked out on her, and that's when Countess Vaughn came in. And you know, we've heard many stories about how they have a lot of white people, you know, all on set, and let's say it's a black person in the film or whatever, that the white hairstylists don't know how to do black hair. And you know, it's just very interesting that still in 2023 that you call yourself a hairstylist, but you don't know how to do everybody's hair. Everybody's not going to have the same kind of hair, etc. But it's just cultural differences. It is what it is. Let me see. Michael came by Eric's place, you know, like I said, Angie's house sitting for Eric and the cat. And he came by there and knocked Angie up. Michael is really feeling Angie, and Angie's feeling Michael. And I really do hope it works out for both of them. Even though it might hurt Quinn a little bit, Quinn's going to be fine. She's going to bounce back. So yeah, I'm super excited for Angie. Okay, I forgot to mention with Camille's story that we meet her mom, which is Joey Lee, Spike Lee's sister in real life. Just, you know, great actress and everything. And we see that Camille has a very estranged relationship with her mom. Her mom, you know, stays by herself, and she seemed to be like a little bit mentally unstable, or maybe just depressed about the fact that the dad left or he passed. I forgot to write down which one. I think he passed away, the dad, and so it's just her, and she hasn't quite gotten over it. And so, you know, it's just a whole thing. But hopefully Camille can mend her relationship with her mom. But any good relationship to be able to mend and heal from it takes two people. So the mama got to be on board as well. Let me see. So lastly, we have Ty. I love the soundtrack. The soundtrack on this series, just all the songs they play. I'm really enjoying it, and they introduce a new artist to me, at least every time, because I'm still stuck on, you know, I love the music of today, some of them. But I usually always still go back to 80s and 90s R&B. That is my home, you know. And so, yeah, I love the music, though, that they be playing. Let me see. So Ty Child, she wrote the check to Brandon, to her ex. She wrote the check, $1 million and something. So I say, dang, Ty got some money. But she ended up writing the check. And so then later on, Ty gets a knock on the door, and it's Brandon. At first, she slams the door in Brandon's face, then invite him back in. And she was just like, no, you're going to hear this. Let me tell you about yourself. And she read him down. And then he left, and then she actually invited him back in. She was, playing with him or whatever in a sense, but she just wanted to know why he was taking her money, why everything, even though, they was married young, and she left to find herself and discover who she was. And, you know, she made a lot of money. They were still legally married. We know the story. And so he ended up ripping up the check, the $1 million check. I said, damn, Brandy, you was a fool, you know. Ripping up the check, and he was just like, nah, you know, it's not like that. And, you know, he was just like, I just wanted to hurt you like you hurt me. He hasn't really quite healed from Ty, and I guess he really was in love with her. Ty was just like, well, what's been going on with you in your life as to why you haven't moved on from me? It's been 10 years. He was like, I've had many people in my life, but none of them, you know, have stuck, and they all left me too. So he's kind of, you know, in his head and depressed that he wants to try to rebuild something with somebody that he once knew, which is Ty. So in that moment, she couldn't help but feel sorry for him, and she hugged him, and I started crying when I was watching it. I was like, oh, it just really, you know, it just touched me for some little reason, child. And it was a beautiful moment. And Ty is also going through her treatments, you know, of freezing her eggs, so she has to get the shots in her belly and stuff. And she couldn't do it herself, so he got her to do it. And I think and I hope that Brandon and Ty end up, you know, back really good friends. My God, who knows? So maybe one night they both drunk talking about old times and they end up in the bed together, child. I don't know. Speaking of bed, child. So Camille, and this is to end, Camille went over to Jameson's apartment. I was like, okay, look, I'll do the grant. It's cool. You know, whatever. It's cool. I'm deciding to do the grant with you. And, you know, yeah. So Jameson was like, cool, because they wouldn't do it without you anyway. So cool. You know, she was like, what? She's like, y'all. So anyway, the next thing we know, we end up seeing Camille in the bed with Jameson. Blame it on the alcohol. I said, what is going on? And she don't even, I honestly think, I guess, you know, we'll see this week what happened, but I just think they fell asleep, honestly. I think it was just talking, a couple of drinks, and they just got into bed together. It doesn't look like they, you know, did the thing, but who knows? Who knows? And is she going to tell Ian? Would you tell Ian? I wouldn't say she. Camille, Megan, don't say nothing. Don't tell Ian. Ian's nice enough to let you, he's cool enough and secure enough to let you work very closely with your ex-boyfriend that you just broke up with yesterday. And now you're going to tell him you accidentally ended up in the bed with him. Don't tell him, Camille. Shut up. Shut up. I love this show. With that said, I'm MrChalaki. MrChalaki on Google+. Follow me at ItsKingsWorld on Instagram and Twitter. At ItsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook. MrChalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black. Stay tuned. And I'll see you guys later. Happy Black History Month. Bye.